This is the second lecture of the chapter Financial Statements of Companies. In this lecture, we will learn the format for balance sheet as well as profit and loss account or statement of profit and loss prescribed under Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. As per Section 129 of the Companies Act 2013, the financial statements of companies should give a true and fair view of state of affairs of the company or companies, and the financial statements should comply with the accounting standards notified under Section 133. And the format of financial statements should follow the format prescribed under Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. So this is what Section 129 of the Companies Act 2013 says about financial statements. That is, financial statements of companies should give a true and fair view of state of affairs of the companies, and they should follow or comply with accounting standards notified under Section 133. And the format of financial statements or format of balance sheets and the profit and loss account of companies should be the format prescribed under Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. Now let's learn the format of balance sheet and statement of profit and loss or profit and loss account of companies prescribed under Schedule 3. The format of balance sheet of companies is provided by Part 1 of Schedule 3. So before discussing this, let's see the balance sheet of sole proprietors. So in the balance sheet of sole proprietors, we had a T format or T-shaped balance sheet. On the left side, we had liabilities like capital, loans, trade payables, etc. And on the right side, we had assets like land and buildings, plant and machinery, goodwill, cash at bank. So the format of a balance sheet of sole proprietors is a T-shaped format, that is T-shaped like this. And this is also called horizontal format. How is this horizontal? This is horizontal because first we will write liabilities, and on the right side we are writing assets. So we are writing liabilities here, and to the right we are writing assets. So this is a horizontal format. And in the case of companies, or in the case of balance sheet of companies, we will follow a vertical format. That is, first we will write liabilities, and in the bottom we will write assets. So this is a vertical line. See, this is a vertical line and this is horizontal line. So financial statements or balance sheet of sole proprietors, we will follow horizontal format, and for format of companies, for financial statements, we will follow vertical format. That is, first we will write liabilities and then we will write assets. So how do we prepare balance sheet of a company? What we do is we will first record these items here on the top side, and in the bottom side we will record these items, that is assets. So this is the structural change in the format of balance sheet of sole proprietors and companies. And while recording items in the balance sheet of companies, we have to follow some sequence or order which is prescribed under the Act. So let's learn that. Here we have the main items in the balance sheet of companies. On the top we have equity and liabilities items, and to the bottom we have assets. And these are the main items under equity and liabilities. First, we have shareholders funds. Second, we have share application money pending allotment. And third, we have non-current liabilities. And last item is current liabilities. And in the asset side, we have two main items, that is non-current assets and current assets. So these are the main items in the balance sheet of companies. This shareholders funds includes items like share capital, reserves and surplus, etc. because those are the funds of shareholders. And what is this share application money pending allotment? These are application money with the company pending allotment. That is, company has received application money but company hasn't allotted any shares. So we cannot show this amount in the shareholders funds, that is under share capital, because shares are not yet allotted. And now let's see what all items are included under all these main items. So first let's take these items, that is items under equity and liabilities, and discuss. These four items under equity and liabilities are fixed, and this order is also fixed. That is, first shareholders funds, then second share application money pending allotment, third non-current liabilities, and the last one, fourth one, current liabilities. Under shareholders funds, we have three items. First one is share capital. So what is share capital? Share capital is the money or capital raised by the company by issue of shares, and it could be from issue of equity shares or preference shares. And in the face of the balance sheet, we only write the total amount of share capital. And the details of the shares, that is the total amount of preference shares or total amount of equity shares, are not disclosed on the face of the balance sheet. That will be disclosed under notes to accounts. So for share capital, we will always have notes to accounts, and this number will indicate the notes to accounts for share capital. Now the second item under shareholders funds is reserves and surplus, and this reserves and surplus includes items such as general reserves or capital reserves, etc. And on the face of this balance sheet, we will write only the total amount of reserves and surplus, and the details regarding reserves and surplus will be disclosed under notes to accounts. So we will indicate a number 2 here. Now the third item under shareholders funds is money received against share warrants. So what are share warrants? Share warrant is nothing but a document issued by the company under its seal, stating that its bearer is entitled to the shares or stock specified in these share warrants. So here, when the company has issued share warrants against money that the company has received, then we will record the amount which our company has received. Nowadays, it is not so common that companies issue share warrants. So the important items under shareholders funds are these two items, that is share capital and reserves and surplus. Now in the next lecture, we will discuss the items disclosed under these two items, that is share capital and reserves and surplus, under notes to accounts.